Is the microphone working right now? Listen to Pretzel, cause it's got the music that... Oh, for the love of... Can anything work right today? Oh. Got a red dot on the screen. It means everything's running clean. All the numbers are fine, except it might be too hot to wear my glasses. Oh, snaps. Alright. Almost on time. Almost on time. Clyde's posting pictures of his cats. The separate right. Oh, wow. Okay. I stopped looking at Instagram. Make my live now post. Remember how to use Instagram. That's important. Good day, Pat Prow. I say always Pat Prowse. That's so wrong. Pat Prue is the last name for you, but there's an X, so you know I need to say it. Then we add some text, then we can start to play it. Making drawings. Oh. Now I know I can't sing, but that just drifted into terrible country so fast. I mean, some days. Now you guys already know that I wasn't here. I wasn't at home. I was at your home for a minute, which means that if I leave my home, I pack up everything. I pack up everything just in case. So I did. So I had to unpack and reconnect all the things. Plus I was there for a week. Anyway, just give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna write, for the love of fun, the word now. Right about now. The live stream brother. Right about now. The live stream brother. Right about now. I gotta get rid of the word mixer here, because my mixer is broken today, and I don't care because Mixer is usually full of crazy things. Post. Next. Come on, peaced. That's why we have some music to fill the interlude to make sure you're ready and in the mood. Cause you can't just start right away. Gotta wait for everybody to get their wigs ready and get all their clothes in line. I don't know how a show gets started. Alright, post. Where's my chat, Motron? Please don't reset. Couldn't find supported channels. Why? What? What does this mean? What does this mean? Okay, it's just Mixer still. But where is the chat? All right, close enough. Close enough. Ripples, let's play that sweet intro. Hope everything's set up. Sorry, Ripley. Forgot to turn off the pretzel music whilst the intro played. Camera 1. All right. Okay. It's connected, but the sync is slightly off. And connect. Now, when I did that, I expected the little camera right here to show back up, but it didn't. But it didn't, because it's one of those days. One of those days. Shut up out there. One of those days you don't want to wake up. Everything is beautiful, but everything sucks. It's all about the he said, she said bullshit. Okay, sync is fine. It was only off by like 2 frames for me anyway. On this end, from where I'm looking, which it probably should be because, you know, there should be a little bit of delay. But the other camera is just far enough away that I can't see it. Page cam. Boop, boop. Yeah, I didn't leave the house too much today, but this shirt has already been very popular amongst 2 people. And when I say 2, you're the second person. Ripples? Ripples. Did I click away? Ripples. There you are. Hey, sweet angel. Can you do me a favor? Climb around, check all the connections, and see what's going on over here. This would have been fine, and then disconnect it. Let's pull it out, put it back in again. Oft we'll find that the answer to all of our problems is to simply pull it out, and then put it back in again. Slap it up, flip it, and reverse it. You're from the Hey! Bananas, bananas, B-A-N-A-N-A-S. This shit is bananas. Chicken the China, the Chinese chicken. You having a drumstick? All right, here we go. That's 3 shirt points for me and nothing for you. Poggers. I still don't quite understand what that means. I know we talked last week about this quite heftily in the realms of Pog and Space Goonies hoardings of the 80s. That is somewhere in that house. But if you're not following Space Goonie 42 or 420, I'm not sure, on Instagram, you're missing out on not only actual nostalgic things from the 80s, but homemade stuff. I shouldn't say homemade. It's better than homemade. Homemade usually denotes, hey, check it out. My mom made me a Chewbacca mask. Oh, she did you? Did she? Yeah, she had some old carpets. Oh, Pat Prue, 101. I'm going to try my best to start saying it that way. But whenever I see that X, Pat Prue X, maybe I can go with that. I draw a Pogger like at least twice a week of every person that comes through Streamlabs who is an affiliate or whatever those things are called. They're up in the upper echelons. They got the numbers to get the people watching, keep the people watching all the time. So they're just like, I need some emotes, and I'm like, I gotcha. Give me your face. And I take their face and I go ooh ooh ooh, and I draw that face 1,000 times. I almost did 1,000 times a day after just saying at least twice a week I do it, which would make that a lie. Oh, snaps. Yeah, I wasn't thinking that the camera wasn't going to work. I just didn't understand why it stopped. But when it's 1 billion degrees, things just go crazy. That's just how it goes. It's a hot time. It's a summer in the city. The back of your neck, it's getting dirty and gritty. Hey now, people coming downtown. Something's hotter than asphalt. Anyway, Die Hard with a Vengeance. Very hot time. That's why. not because of the espionage or the plans to rob banks. But I did lose a marker. I'm sure it's somewhere in this pile of markers. I've got a pretty good pile of markers these days. Or it's at a sushi restaurant or something like that. I don't know how well you can hear the fan going. But without that fan, we're going to have to do a stream where I guess I could use the Streamlabs mobile app, which is pretty awesome. I do have it on my iPad and on my phone, but I have this whole deal set up here, and I know that if I do some IRL stuff in real life, if you will, it'll be a bit weird because today's IRL journey adventure would be, hey guys, hey, welcome to my neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in my neighborhood. Here's a little cat in my neighborhood. I got a cat in the box in my neighborhood, and I'm confusing the Sesame Street neighborhood song with the Mr. Rogers neighborhood song, but that's okay. Because we need two of them. We got to combine those Voltron pieces together into a giant robot and go across the hallway, pry open, kick down, force our way through a door, pick up, collect in whatever way we need to. But I know that they're good dogs. I know that it can be like, hey guys, now that I'm on the other side of the door, we're good friends, and we're gonna go. Like, let's go. And maybe I'll grab a leash. I've got a few leashes here from my dog, so I could use one of those. He's not using it. He doesn't live here. So, or steal one of hers and be like, we're going now, dogs. Let's go for that walk that you desperately want to go on. And I take them to the dog park, and then I just leave. And now, of course, I can't do that because I do care about dogs a little bit more than people, for the most part, because people are the ones that are like leaving a dog in a hot apartment all day, and they're just yelling at me. They're just yelling at me when I'm trying to set things up, and I'm like, well, maybe I don't want to do a stream. Maybe I'll spite you guys. And by you guys, I mean these dogs. And they don't care. They don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to them. Nothing really matters. Anyone can see. These dogs will bark forever. Bing, 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 bing. These dogs will bark forever at me. Brum, 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 brum. Brum, brum, doo, doo, doo. Brum, doo, doo, doo. Too late. My time has come. Sent shivers down my spine. I've got an ice pack on my bum. Goodbye, everybody. I've got to go. I've got to go and get these dogs so I can do a show. Neighbors, ooh. I didn't think of what to draw, but sometimes we'll draw something else right now. One time. I can show you guys that I didn't really show anybody yet, but there is a bit of a little bit of a story. Tiny, not a story. I just think this is kind of interesting and amazing. I just have to see and remember if I know how to open up this stuff so that it will use my other monitor as another little screen so I can show you guys stuff on my computer and the world in between. All right, okay. Got that over there. Jam. And in theory, if I could see further, display. Aw, snaps. So the story behind this little gem, let me zoom in. Whoa, too far, dog. Pervert. So I have a friend. And when I say I have a friend, she's probably more your friend. And the you, it's not the royal you, it's you, Pat Prue and Space Goo. It's our friend's friend, but yeah, so, oh, jeez. Here's how great a friend she is. Her name is completely left. Jill. The hand? Oh, I see that now. It's just supposed to be shells. Definitely looks like some hands cupping some fish boobs. Still works. Still works. Check. I'm going to call that a success. Jill sent me a message, oddly enough, while I was like on my way to go visit Sam, where the only time I really see Jill is when I go to Sam. So I thought, like, a message from Jill. She must be like, hey, make sure to bring this kind of donut to Sam's, because that's my favorite kind of donut, and I want to eat it the Curtis way, because we discovered I eat donuts weird, and Jillian was like, what? And I'm like, what do you mean? You don't take your donuts? I mean, you guys know about this, but for the Daughter of Fire, for Lucille Oozer, or Lucy Loser, SGH, anyway, on Instagram, but she watches every once in a while. But the Daughter of Tyre, you don't know about this. Nobody knows about this. When you go and get yourself a donut, and it's a chocolate dip donut, because why else would you get any other kind of donut? This doesn't work with a cream-filled donut. Those are stupid donuts to get anyway. But you get yourself nope, not a Boston cream, a chocolate dip donut, and then you snap it in half, right? Flip it up. Reverse it, put it back together, you got yourself a donut sandwich. I know it's impressive and crazy. And then you can hold it like a hamburger. It looks like a hamburger. You feel just a little more, say, smothered. You definitely don't feel smothered than everyone else, because that's not a word. And I feel stupider now, which is also not a word, more stupid. But I guess it's also a muffin trick. Yeah, that makes sense. But anyway, Jill was like, "Wow, what are you? You're a weirdo." And then 5 minutes later, she's like, "I can't wait to have another donut, because I'm going to do that little donut thing." And I'm like, "Sounds good to me, Jill. Sounds good to me. You have a lot of energy, and you terrify me." So Jill sends me a message, and I think this is definitely about donuts. Definitely about donuts. I better check this message real quick before I head to Sam's, because I wasn't planning on getting donuts, because it was 1,000 degrees and they will not last. So instead, I got ice cream. Guess how well that Guess how well that lasted. Those are words. Not well at all. Like, I'm gonna try the brownie batter blizzard. Fun to say. It's got to be the greatest, right? Why wouldn't it be? And then by the time I'm eating it, I'm like, I'm just eating brownie batter. I'm just eating wet, chocolate sauced up brownie batter, which does it really matter? I don't know. I still enjoyed it. So it wasn't about ice cream. Wasn't about donuts. Turns out this picture did have a much longer story than I thought it did. But yeah, she was like, "Hey, my friend really likes the sexy dinosaurs and stuff." Like, all right, cool. What she wants is a sexy salmon head instead of a dinosaur head. Mermaid body. Couldn't step over the word unicorn to say mermaid in my head. Like, yeah, cool. And she's like, yeah, like this, this is kind of her inspiration or whatever. Like, okay. And then she didn't send a picture, and I'm like, I don't know what we're talking about. Like, maybe this is important. Maybe I should get this information. And then she sends me a picture that I had drawn myself from the Book of Sexy Dinosaurs. Excuse me. Which is the Ariel dinosaur mermaid that has some sort of aquatic dinosaur head. Ripley, get rid of the display camera, please. Thanks, sweetest angel. Yeah, that's fine. So anyway, that's that. She was like, how much? And blah, blah, blah. This, like, oh my God, do I ever not want to charge? If Jill had said, I'm getting this, and it's like, definitely free. I will draw you a tattoo, no problem, if you're gonna get it. Because I don't know, the idea of my drawings being embedded on somebody forever is a bit weird. I've got like 2 or 3 out there now. There's a Mike Doty, from the music video that I did. They took the characters that I had, and I can't remember if the guy got one and his girlfriend got the other. That's pretty amazing. This other guy, he just moved back to town here, actually. I haven't seen him. He's got a dragon that I drew in high school of all times on his arm. And another guy who I really don't want to run into, just because he must have got it redone. I'm sure we talked about this before. Oh, I don't know if I could reach the sharpener. Because he had this like crappy little baby lion tattoo, and he was like, I'm a man now. I need a manly tattoo. I need like a manly lion with a manly mane. Like, okay, can you draw that? Like, I'm just a dumb kid. I don't know what I can't draw. Sure. What's a lion look like? I don't know. My only reference point is a clamshell case of the Lion King. And not like current day Lion King, which would be a picture of a lion. It's a cartoon Disney version of a lion. So then this guy has a pretty Simba-ish Lion King on his back. And I don't know. It's not more manly. It's not more tough and grown up than the previous one. But that's the way cookies crumble. Oh, this page is too filthy. Wasting paper. I'll use it again later. 'Cause I can fly anywhere. Adjusted lights. 'Cause you gotta flip through your dinosaur books. Don't play chess with rooks. Just give your book some looks. 'Cause yesterday... That's just the regular song. Anyway, any ideas? What haven't I done in a while? Or ever? No, I'm not drawing Robert Ross. You know what? It has been a while since I've drawn a Ninja Turtle. Let's do Pat's last 5 suggestions and draw a Ninja Turtle. Maybe I'll be a good person and use a blue pencil. So it shows up on their camera. Because they're the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're the heroes in the half shell and they're green. Splinter taught them to be a ninja team. He's a radical rat. Raphael is cool, but he's rude. That Michelangelo, he's one party dude. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heroes in the half shell. Turtle power. Oh, I've been drawing them in my own weird turtle way. I'm going to draw them in that weirder turtle way, or weirder way that I've been drawing other things. Let's give it a big, crazy neck. Because then it goes to T-U-R-T-L-E power. T-U-R-T-L-E power. T-U-R-T-L-E power. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the half shell. They're heroes on a mission. Oh no, I can't remember it now. I can still totally hear those dogs barking. It's making me crazy. But with every bark-filled cloud or cloud of barks that wafts through the air or whatever it is in the world, there's always silver linings, playbooks to all of those clouds. And the dog silver lining to those particular neighborly dogs is it gives me, it imbues me, fills me with with what I consider permission to just sing whatever I want, as well or as poorly as I can, because I'm still not a dog that's just barking incoherently and crazy. He's gonna be all like, "Hey, is that a Jose Canseco bat? Tell me, you didn't pay money for this." And then the other guy, who I'm probably not gonna draw, is gonna be like, "What are you, some kind of punker? I hate punkers." That's the music that goes with that scene. And he's all like, "A cricket bat? Cricket? You gotta know what a crumpet is to be able to play cricket." Which, that's fine. I mean, pre-internet days, so you can't just go Googling crumpets. You gotta know somebody who knows what a crumpet is. And Casey at the bat is all like 5 runs or 12 runs or whatever that is. Like, what does that even mean? And now that I watch a lot of British panel shows all the time, even they're like, "What's up with cricket, man? What's up with cricket? What are we, Ninja Turtles? We don't know what cricket is either." That guy's got 19 runs. Sometimes the games go on for days. For days? That's why nobody likes Monopoly. You don't make that a standing up, running around sport. Spleesh, at least Monopoly you get to sit down. At least. Now, the real challenge in today is it was just a few days ago that I was unloading every thought and story that I have in my head already in your faces. So to think of, to come up with, what else? What else has happened? What did I forget? Um, and I don't know. And what would be interesting stories to hear while you're taking a bath? Um, all I can think is ninja, ninja, rah, ninja, ninja, rah. I don't know any of the other words to that song though. But also, on the half shell, they're the heroes for. In this day and age, who could ask for more? Crime wave is high, muggings mysterious, disappearances have the police chief furious, have the mayor and the police furious. Something, something. Who could be the Lethal force behind? No. The muggings so mysterious. Detectives and police are furious. Who is this lethal force? Something. Get me a reporter. Call April O'Neil. Sadly, I listen to that song so often that I should, without even trying, know most of it by now off by heart. Turn up Furball 28. You gotta turn up your furball to 28. You gotta crank to 11, but that's not quite as great. 'Cause my furball is turned up to 28. 'Cause you can't lose. If you're so effing great. No, I was about to just burst back into it. But that's crazy. That's crazy. Like a Spider-Man. Spider-Man. He does whatever a spider can. Wealth and fame, he's ignored. Action is his reward to him. Life is a great big bang up. Wherever there's a hang up, you'll find that Spider-Man. Elbow, wrist, head. Alright, this is pretty sloppy as it gets, structurally speaking. And we'll either just draw to the belt today, or, you know what? Bath towel. And that's all the drawing we're going to do there. We're going to have to go to the markers, because that pencil's falling on the floor. And it's too hot to move. It's too hot to move more than this. Let's see if we could figure out what's going on with this hand. I think that was wrong. Raphael, he says damn and he says hell. Through the film, he's ignored. He wants his vengeance scored. To him, life is a great big burden. Life is a great big burden. He wants to go out hurting. I love the Foot Clan man. Oh man, clan already fit. I love that Footed Clan. Yeah, I should have cleaned that up a bit more. That would just make it worse. Shredder Man, killed that guy with a garbage can, dropped him in. Now, in their semi-nude state, it could be Eddie Turtle. This way, if I don't put a weapon or color in it, it becomes Any Turtle USA. But also, if I do it red, you don't know what era turtle I'm drawing, so it could still be any of them. Back in the days when they all wore red bandanas, because ninjas don't color code themselves. That's insane. Only children's cartoons do that. But the fact remains, this marker is too thin. 5. Okay, so only my 8 is missing. 99.9% of the time, if I do draw a turtle, it's Raphael. It's just always Raphael. Until the last minute when I'm like, let's mix it up and do a Donatello for once. Excuse me, or a Michelangelo. But it is never, ever, unless I've drawn all the other turtles and I'm like, all right, I guess I can't leave out one of them if I'm gonna draw them, right? Ugh. But yeah, it's almost never Leonardo. I don't know. Swords just aren't that interesting. Or slash, swords are plenty interesting. They're fun. But in the context of these characters and what they're used for, I still actually have yet to go back and read the old black and white original Turtle stories. Seen a few bits here and there. But on the whole, a pair of sais are still at the heart of it a weapon designed to disarm other weapons, and they're not even that very knifey. They're mostly kind of rounded. You know, when the movie came out, it was like, what's going on? Like, those aren't knives at all. Like, no, they're not supposed to be knives. Huh, I see. So, for children's movies, PG movies even, you can still get away with a lot with some sais, so he still works. Everything's great. Michelangelo, he's got some sticks with a chain in between. You can hit people on the head all day long. They can just fall down. Everything's fine. Nobody needs to have limbs cut off or just gushing wounds. You can knock people out. Donatello, same deal. He's got a stick. Just trip people. Knock things down on top of people. Knock people out. Whatever. Standard ninja moves. The other guy's down. Everything's fine. Nobody has to explain anything to the network censors or anything. But then there's Leonardo. Hey, what do? I'm the leader. Not really. You're kind of the worst at everything. But what else you got? I got these swords. Okay. Well, there's a bunch of bad guys who aren't robots. What are you gonna do, Leo? What are you gonna do? And Leo's like, I'll attack them with my swords. No, you won't. You'll use your swords to like stick into a wall to like jump off or something, leave them behind, and you'll just kick. You're just gonna kick anyway, so leave your swords at home. Get some practice swords, get a stick. You're wasting my time. You're wasting my time with those swords. They serve no purpose. They serve no purpose. Unless he starts murdering with them, because, you know, they do. They just have to be straight up murderers. And I mean, you know, I did a handful of little comic strips years ago that I still to this day think are the greatest things I've ever done, where you kind of eventually find out, if you read a few of them, that it's the adventures of like Ralph and Michael or something like that. I spelt everything wrong. I can't remember how wrong I spelt it now. But first issue or first comic strip is all about Raphael and Michelangelo, and they're just like, dude, crime fighting man, what? And they're clearly just destroying these teens. Like they're just like, you know, bloody, you know, straight like the old comic book or whatever. Raphael's just stabbing somebody. But yeah, Michelangelo's just like radical dude and just breaking somebody's face on a parking meter. Still kind of sillily drawn, you know, not too crazy or gory or whatever. Scary. And then Raphael's just kind of sitting there like, oh, like what are we even doing? Like, what are you talking about, dude? Like these are just kids. Like they just need some kind of counseling. They need some help, and we are beating them half to death. Like, isn't that like what's going on? It's like, well, like that's what our dad Splinter taught us. Like maybe he's wrong. Maybe we're not supposed to be out here borderline murdering people, and there's other things you could be doing. And they're just really kind of thinking about it. And then we have some flashbacks. Like just a few of those where they're standing on a wall, they're talking to Linus from the Peanuts, and Raphael's like his thigh is all like bloody and stuff. Or maybe there's an eye on it. And that one he's like, listen, kid, like you don't know security. He's like, he's like, I get it. You got a security blanket. You don't know what security is. Security is knowing that you've taken your enemy and you've crushed him to death in a garbage truck. That's how you know you feel secure, kid. And the kid is like, and Michelangelo's just like, yeah, dude, awesome, or radical, or something like that. So yeah, there's a few of those. I can't remember what other characters they come across, but basically terrifying and weird stuff. And then then there's a flashback where you find out that like, hey, where is Leonardo and Donatello as well as Master Splinter? What's up with that? Where are they? How come they're not keeping these boys in check to making sure Michelangelo and Raphael are just not straight up becoming murderers of troubled youth? And I can't quite remember the order. Some of it was definitely a bit of a misunderstanding that just got out of hand. But thanks to that, Michelangelo misunderstands, I think. They killed and kind of intimated that they ate Leonardo. At least they ate Donatello. I can't remember if they ate Leonardo as well. Pretty sure they made him into a pie and fed them. Possibly to Splinter, I can't remember, but the point was, Splinter was like, you guys did what? What are we talking about? And they're like, yeah. Anyway, we realized you've just been teaching us to be murderers, and we have no real social skills down here, and that's not cool, and you're a terrible dad. And Splinter's like, what's happening? And they're like, yeah, so that's why we poisoned your tea. And he's like, and I think it might end up with Michelangelo saying, like, and we're going to eat you too. I don't know how heavily I leaned onto the cannibalism in that story, but they did at least eat Donatello. I know that much. And then went off to just be their own version of wayward, uncompassed vigilante teens. There was a little crossover with He-Man, where they were like very excited to try out He-Man's sword, and they could just chop people in half with that. They're like, this is super awesome. And He-Man's like, yeah, isn't it? And they're like, and we love these pants, or we love these little shorts. And the camera pulls out and they're all wearing little He-Man shorts. They're like, yeah, that's the best part of today. I think He-Man's just like, hey, prithee, best dayeth ever. I can't remember. I think he talks a little bit Shakespearean. But he's totally loving the just, barbarian murder of people. Get your bath time action, Ninja Turtles. They're wearing towels and they look concerned. Alright, I complained about the dogs next door. I know there's been something else in the neighborhood. Teenage Mutant Ninja Murder Boys, Teenage Mutant Murder Boys. Popular Netflix, Murder Boys. They're the world's most popular thing. Leonardo leads, Donatello's been eaten. Raphael is cool but rude. Michelangelo is a serial dude. Murdering their enemies, murdering some random thugs. Everyone dies at their hands. Speaking of Ninja Turtles, I haven't watched it yet. I don't even know if it's out anywhere yet to watch. But I've read the book. I have the book in my bathroom right now. Or maybe it's on my shelf there. Either way, I read it in the bathroom because that's where comic books get read. But the Batman Ninja Turtles book, 50 times better than I imagined. I thought, like, maybe there was the Ghostbusters Ninja Turtles and there's Batman Ninja Turtles, and I'm like, the Ghostbusters Ninja Turtles, it looks pretty fun, but Batman just looked great. Plus, it was Batman. I definitely have more of a connection and affinity to the Batman than I do busting the ghosts. So I picked it up, and I think I even got the hardcover because that's all they had, and it was as cheap as all the softcover books. But anyway, it was fantastic. Penguin, I kind of always love when the Penguin is in a comic and done well, and ever since after the movie, Penguin has just been awesome in comics usually, like just great businessman. Nobody knows what to do with him. He's got it all figured out. And he just usually has a really cool design that I just never would have imagined for the Penguin. Plus, who doesn't love walking down their apartment going, wah, 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 wah. Batman. But the book itself, like I said, fantastic. But they made an animated version that, from the trailer that I watched, from the bits that I've seen, it looks to be a fairly like one-to-one. Calm down, fan. Translation from the comic to the cartoon. Which could be a pretty awesome good time. Looks well animated. All the things, all the ingredients are there for a nice animated Batman Ninja Turtles crossover film. I don't know if they'll ever animate any of the Batman Predator comics, but those almost always turned out awesome as well. But even more importantly, I'll put important in quotes there because it's not, that with that movie seemingly are some awesome action figures. I mean, every few weeks, every few streams or so, I'm like, hey, check it out. Here's the last toy I'm going to get, because that's enough toys to animate, to look at, to have. I've got a bin of toys in there. And there's no need for any more. No need at all. Just like I said the last time, I walked into the video game store for no reason other than to look at the toys and not get any. And they had an excellent, still don't know how to pronounce the name properly, but Saitama, but One Punch Man with, like fully double jointed elbows and knees and wrists, possibly some toe action. Not sure, but either way, it's got a couple extra hands and an extra head. And I'm like, how dare this be on sale? I gotta get it now. Too many points of articulation. And season 2 of One Punch Man hasn't shown up on my Crunchyroll on my PlayStation for some reason. So I'm literally like, oh cool, like this will be just as good if I just have an action figure. I'll just act out what I think the next season's going to be. So yeah, I got that one. I haven't seen any of the Batman Ninja Turtles figures. I think I could hold out. They're not the most amazing things in the world, but they're pretty great. But not definitely need type of toys. But the turtles themselves, great articulation again, and some pretty decent designs. They don't all look the same. They're all slightly different turtles, different colors, a bit of a different shape. If I was to complain about Ninja Turtles, and I will, of course, because that's what I do. I complain about things. One thing that I don't enjoy about the ever-evolving Turtles is it's fine. Evolve them all you need. Again, I haven't seen more than a minute or two of the last new Ninja Turtles animated series with Ben Schwartz as Leonardo, I think. And man, oh man, I love Ben Schwartz so much. But I'm not going to watch children's cartoons just because I'm a fan of you. It's a big old fly. It's just, I'm sorry, I'm too old for that now. I'm just too old to watch every cartoon just because. When I know that this is not for me, this is not my jam. But you know, I hear people enjoying it. Great, as long as somebody enjoys it, that's awesome. It makes it not a travesty to the world of Ninja Turtles. Even though that Raphael's real weird. Oh, that's such a weird look at Raphael. But anyway, I do enjoy how the turtles themselves look different from each other now in most of the incarnations. Fine. That's fine. Totally fine. Donatello, though, keeps getting pushed too far, I think. Just too far. Again, in that new one, I already railed on that before. Those designs are insane. I get it. There's definitely a drawing of them somewhere that was like, this is amazing. They should look like this. But then somebody like, hey, here's the Saturday morning version of that awesome drawing. And that's what we're getting. And it sucks. Sorry to those designers. I'm sure you did a great job, hard job. It's impossible to make everybody happy, especially with nostalgic stuff. Can't be done. Can't be done. See, now that I've added all these little freckle bits, it's starting to look more like a Michelangelo to me or a Donatello because they are frequently drawn, I'm going to say, a little bit younger, a little more freckly, a little more tomboyish, and Donatello a little more like, I'm a little nerd guy, like, fine. But the turtles are kind of starting to look like they're different kinds of turtles sometimes. Now again, in people's artwork, awesome. Make them all different turtles. That's great. But if we're sticking with the canon, that is a little kid walking down the street. Oh, I dropped my bowl of turtles. When this truck full of toxic waste or whatever, TGRI, ooze mutagen, knocks my turtles and the mutagen down to the sewer, and then a little rat scoops them all together, and they all grow into very muscular monsters. Why would that kid have 4 completely different turtles? I can't find one turtle in this crazy workaday world. This kid's gonna have 4 completely different turtles? No way. No way, dog. Turtles are expensive, alright? Especially if you're gonna get some different turtles. No, they're all gonna be the same box turtle or whatever else there is. I mean, the biggest insult to me personally from, let's say, the universe, Super Killers, what to do? The biggest insult to me from whatever it is, whatever you think is controlling the world, if you think something's controlling the world, then it's a spite specifically against me from that thing, or it's just the world and that's how it works. And I'd rather choose that. But I live in Nova Scotia, where there's like specifically a Nova Scotia turtle, like the Nova Scotia turtle or something. I've seen it at like the wildlife park, like, hey, there's the turtle, like, okay. You say these are around here, I should be able to leave just anywhere and see turtles? Like, technically, yeah. Yeah, like you're not supposed to like transport, they're not like they're, you know, protected, all this stuff, like, you say this as if, like, oh my god, everybody, watch out! Stop stepping on the turtles. And I'm old. I just had an old ass birthday, and I'm an old ass man now. And so many years have passed, and I've still yet to see a free range turtle. I've seen a free range moose. I've seen free range skunks, geckos, and whatever our local version of a ferret is, a weasel. I've seen a weasel or whatever that is. Some minks. Somebody had a mink farm. Some of those would like run around. Foxes. You know, so many things. But I've been specifically on the lookout. Every little stream, every little swampy area. I'm gonna see a turtle. I'm gonna see a turtle in real life, and it's gonna be magical. And then I moved to New Brunswick, where Super Killers, Space Goonie, and Pat Prue 102, 101. It's 101. That's what's throwing it off. Pat, you're gonna have to change that to a 2. Change that to a 2. Pat Prue 102. What are you gonna do when you got a Pat Prue? He's got what you need to take care of you. He's got a Pat Prue and a 102. How many you got? 101? That's less than 2. It's less than 2. Anyway, and yeah, half the time it is like, are my eyes just too weak? I cannot see. There are some turtles in front of me. But yeah, New Brunswick, I'm there like minute 1. I get a job. Talk to Heather. Turns out she's from where I'm from. We've never crossed paths. We used to work like adjacent to each other a few times. Anyway, Heather is just pulling out stories left and right. Oh, turtles? Did somebody say turtles? What? Turtles, rah, rah, rah. Turtles, ha, ha, ha. I've seen turtles. Have you? No, Heather, no. Oh, well, like just outside this office, I've had to like pick up a turtle, help it across the street so it didn't get run over. Like, you saved the turtle's life? Ugh. I'm gonna flip all this over. Flip this cat over. Slap this cat in the face. So unbelievable. Like, I mean, in the moment, ecstatic, excited. Like, oh my god, I've only been here a very short time, so there's still time. Like, thank you, Heather. You're my new best friend now because you've just told me that not only am I gonna see a turtle, I'm probably gonna help do a little good deed to that turtle and get it across the street, save its little turtly life. And that's what you call living the dream, right there, eh? These turtles are out saving lives, changing minds every day. I just want to return the favor to a real turtle. And I lived there. I lived in that stupid province. I lived the shit out of that province. For like what, like 10 years? I don't even know anymore. It was quite a few years. And I've been back. I've been back and forth 1,000 times. There's never a turtle on the highway. There's never one anywhere. Since living here, guy across the street had a pig. Had a pig just in his yard on a little fence. Hey, look. I can go 10 feet outside and I can see a pig. Of course, in Miramichi at my apartment, this is like a little pot-bellied pig. And when I lived in Miramichi, just before I left in my apartment, it seemed to be in droves. I know, like, we do have some friends, you guys specifically probably know them more than me, that have a pig. And that's a big old pig that's just wandering around like, hey, is this a farm? No, it's your house. I don't care. I'm a pig. No, I don't have pig envy. I have turtle envy. I have turtle envy. What I'm saying is, like, it's easier for me to see a pig. I could get a pig. I'd get a pig like that. Oh, so easy to get a pig. I've had, like, my uncle had pigs. Pigs are crazy. Pigs are crazy. I have very little interest in a pig. But I can walk outside and see a pig. Did I ever tell you? I didn't tell you, Clyde. But one day, I told it on the stream. Camera's okay. I saw a cow in the backseat of a car, Clyde. It's a lot of C's, and that's fun. Yeah, like a, I don't know the color, like a Sebring or Seabreeze, whatever that is, you know? Just a little four-door, regular little car, and a baby cow, but I mean a medium baby cow. It was still taking up the seat. It looked at me. Head was still big enough that it startled me. And then I followed that car. Okay, well, Space Goonie's never seen a turtle. Clyde, have you seen it? You've definitely seen a turtle around your place, I'm sure, right? You and your kids out in the yard. Check it out, kids. Come on. Come gather round, children. Wherever ye roam, the turtles, they're in my backyard. They sing you a song of their little shells. Their shells that are so very hard. They don't have any swords, nunchucks or sticks. They haven't got a sigh, but they've got some kicks. Little turtle kicks. Oh, Clyde. You try to be a monster, but I know. Outside, a snapping turtle. In Ontario, there's a snapping turtles? Or Montreal, or Quebec? Which one are you from? Ontario? Quebec. Quebectario? Either way, snapping turtles there? Tell me, you didn't pay money for that. Northern Ontario, turtles. So again, like, as near as I can tell, they're everywhere. And I'm not the kind of person that misses things. Obsessively looking all the time for stuff and whatnot. Alright, let's make this Michelangelo. He's got too much of a dude attitude, I think. But yeah, to this day, I still cannot believe. I made a pond. I physically dug a pond with a shovel in my backyard. Laid down the tarpaulin, stuff to keep the water in, put a little pump in it, and then I went out into the world in search of what? I don't know. Fish, at least. Taking these fish, I'm transplanting these fish into my pond, and I did, and they were there for years. They're probably still there, but I'm not. See, even Pat's dad is rescuing turtles. But I'm not. What have I got to show for myself? What have I got to say? What is my adventurous story? Anyway, yeah, I'm going to make this Michelangelo. He's going to say, I shower with a mask and wristbands. That was a very poorly planned out text. Actually, I think when I've seen turtles in New Brunswick, the turtles that I saw were Nova Scotia turtles that I've yet to see in Nova Scotia, or something like that. But either way, it doesn't matter. I went to maybe it was Jamaica or Mexico, one of those places, and my good friend Tara from the podcast, we recorded some more of those over the weekend. I'll get those up throughout the week. But yeah, one of our adventure stories was, hey, let's go to this like zoo, water park, not water park, but whatever this place with animals of the sea. Like, okay. Anyway, there's a sea lion. That thing's terrifying. Hey, there's dolphins. Terrifying. Hey, there's some sharks. Wicked terrifying. We're going swim with the sharks. Like, no, we're not. Yeah, we're going swim with the sharks. Like, no, not ever. Hardly ever. Never ever going swimming with the sharks. And I've told this story 1,000 times in 1,000 different ways. There was a big British family, and then there was the two of us. And the big British family was like, "What? You're not gonna go swim with the sharks? What are you, some kind of baby?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then they're like, "Look at this baby. Look at it. It's a tiny baby. Sploosh. In with the sharks." Yeah. Crazy person. I mean, and again, they're nurse sharks. Technically, everything's super safe. There's a bunch of nurse sharks. There's a bunch of giant rays. I don't want to call them stingrays, so I want to assume that they couldn't have just barbed me in the chest at any point in time. I am not old enough to look like an old baby, but yeah, this was straight up like just a newborn baby and fully just like, yep, put in this little floaty ring and just floated in this big cage with 9 sharks. Okay, sounds great. Before we go, let me demonstrate to you guys how dangerous and not dangerous these sharks are. See, let me grab one. Get it to open its mouth here or whatever, or actually just hold it by its face. You see how there's no teeth in there? But watch this. I'll throw a little fish in, and you just hear the sound of just a compression machine basically just snapping closed. Like, see that? Like, that could still snap your arm in half, no problem. Like, hey guys, here's a fun fact. We're all standing at least waist deep in water. One of us is just pissing the fear away. Huh? Let the Fraggles play. Worries for another day. Pee your fear away. It doesn't work. Down in Fraggle Rock. Boop, boop. Down in Fraggle Rock. So I'm just peeing like crazy, but also trying not to pee. Trying not to pee, Milo, because, hey, I don't know. Are the sharks going to be like, what? What's that? It's one of those human smells. It's the smell of human fear, if you will. Like, let's get him. And then I'm got. So anyway, you go in, and then it's like, you kind of got to start floating or whatever, because it's probably about up to here. Once you get into the main shark cage. And in the shark cage, the bottom is mostly lined with rays, so you don't want to put your feet down at all. And then just above the rays is a bunch of sharks. So that's super cool. And I'm just like, yep, this is what you do. I'm on vacation. Good chunk of all the money I've made for the years paying for this. Yay! People can't see you cry when you're underwater, except if you have goggles or a diving mask on, and then they can see how it's filling up with water that looks different from the water outside. Hi vacation. I'll be here trying not to get too far away from the British family, because I don't, if somebody's getting eaten, Canadian bear rules apply. You're going down first while I escape, or I climb up to the side of this fence and I just sit here until they pull me out with a helicopter, even though it's only 3 feet of water to walk through. No deal. And also, I'm just like, so we're just gonna walk into open water to get to the cage. We're just in the Caribbean, dogs. How many other just random sharks are around? How many other random sharks are around? You don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. But anyway, I'm like whatever the equivalent of getting as flat to the floor as you can get to like avoid, I don't know, a building that's on fire or pterodactyls, whatever you're trying to avoid. I'm trying to do that except on water. Like I'm trying to hold my breath as hard as I can so that I can float myself above the water line a little bit, just a little bit, as best I can. Like if I can keep myself above the water, if I can somehow learn to fly or levitate within the 40 minutes or the I don't know how long they're just gonna let us. There's nobody else around. Cool, take as long as you want. Thanks, nicest living water park guy in the world. So nice, so nice. Hey, normally we could charge people a lot of money for this extra thing, but since there's not a whole lot going on, you two come with me. No, it's fine. Don't need any extra stuff. I'm already terrified that she's signing up for a shark adventure over here. So anything else unnecessary. I'm done. I'm done for the week. This vacation. This is it. This is it. I am crumbling inside. Crumbling. Green marker here. So yeah, he's like, hey guys, since you're waiting so long for the sharks, you sure you don't want to go check out the dolphins? No. I honestly feel a little bit safer with the sharks because they're just going to be swimming around. But the dolphins, they're going to be thinking stuff and doing stuff. And we all know, and if you don't know, dolphins are a little bit super duper rapey. Super duper. Super duper. They're tough. They're smart. They'll take you out to sea. They don't care. I don't need that. Don't need that at all. Not on my vacation, especially. So don't want to do that. Sea lion show. Don't really care about the sea lion show. Too bad, you're watching it for free anyway. All right, this is weird and amazing. This sea lion is impressive, but I still just feel like, hey, this sea lion does not want to be out in this deadly heat doing tricks for you jerks. So that was just kind of depressing because he didn't look happy. He looked sad, but he was amazing. So between that, while the British people are all swimming with dolphins, dude's like, come over here into this little pavilion. This is the touch pool. Yeah, I bet it is. You can put your hands in here and touch stuff. I'm sure you can. Bet people enjoy that. No, just reach in. Nothing in there can hurt you. It's just sea cucumbers. Touched it. Can I not touch things now? Can I stop having fun? Because I'll have a lot more fun if I can just look around. Alright, I think there's some monkeys over there. Can I just go look at the monkeys from a distance and hope that I don't get some weird monkey disease from the turds being flung in my eyes? I don't know, man. I don't know. One of my greatest achievements was, hey, you need glasses. Thank the Lord and Santa Claus and Electric Batman from the future. Thank you, universe. Glasses. It's like having goggles all the time, but without having to be like, yeah, I'm wearing goggles all the time. That seems weird. Are they prescription? Nope. Prescribe them for myself. Why? Because there's always stuff. There's always stuff. What do you mean by stuff? What do you mean? What do I mean? All the stuff. There's all the stuff in the world. There's at least there's definitely some crossovers of Ninja Turtles Battletoads. I know that a lot of the custom Battletoads toys, action figures, back in the day, they were usually made by starting with turtle bodies and then making new heads, and whatnot. But I think, we all know the Battletoads were always they're just the Ninja Turtles. Like they There has to be either yeah, we're gonna cross over in something, or we're just gonna sue you because you clearly are just stealing our bread and butter and calling it a toad. Same with Biker Mice from Mars. I mean, that was so close to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Biker Mice from Mars. 4 words. What a terrible show. Terrible show. I feel like those action figures were pretty cool, though. I was pretty impressed with those. I tried to watch the show just so I could justify getting the figures, but it was too terrible. I never got the show. Never got the figures. Oh, yeah. I totally forgot. Clyde has those laser eyes. That's another thing. Not in a million years. Not in a million years. I mean, literally, without exaggeration. Hey, Curtis. Hey, what's up? Notice you're wearing glasses. Yep, always. Gotta wear these glasses. If you fix my eyes right now like a wizard, I'd probably still wear glasses. Always. Just always. I need them. I mean, even so much so that I was like really sweaty. And I'm like, oh man, I can't really keep my glasses on. I'm not Scooter. I can't keep my eyes on comfortably in this heat right now. I'm gonna do a stream without my glasses and see what happens. And I already totally forgot because I'm just A, very used to them, and B, the screen over there is just a whole bunch of turquoise now. But, you know, I have the thing here. But yeah, there's no way, I can't keep my eyes open at the dentist, let alone while somebody's shooting lasers in my eyes. Like, all right, you got to keep your eyes open or else you're blinded forever. Like, all right, cool. See you never, baby. See you never. Where's the Shark Tank? Where's the Shark Tank? I'm in. Put me in the Shark Tank. You want me to put me in one of those shark cages and go with the dangerous sharks? Fine. Fine. As long as I don't have to get laser eye surgery. Tech 66. Oh yeah, my mom definitely, or at least somebody in my family called them frogs. I think my dad did it just to be spiteful, just for the sake of being jerks. Where pick up your ninja frogs. Like you know that they're turtles. You know that they're turtles. But I mean, now that I'm an old man myself, I'm already super bad for. I just think it's super fun to call it an Nintendo. Even though that drove me nuts as a kid, like it's a Nintendo. Why is that so complicated? Yeah, whatever. You kids and your Nintendos. So anyway, the reason I bring up the sharks is because within that Shark Tank, while I'm doing my best to float above everything and not get eaten by a shark, not get bitten, not get anything by a shark, honestly, I think I was more afraid of the rays because, I mean, they were huge. There was one shark that was definitely a good, like, 7-9 feet long, something like that. It was huge. But then, like, these rays that were, you know, as big as a kitchen table. And I was just like, I just don't want to go too low. But, like, all the other people, the British families, just like, yay! Touch, swimming with the sharks, touching the sharks. Hey, there's sharks, everything is fine. The baby's just like, don't stop thinking about tomorrow. I'm not gonna die here today. If anybody dies here today, it'll be you, but not this baby. Hey. And I'm like, okay, all right. I'm here. All right. Okay, I'm here. I'm in the thing with the sharks. It's too late. I'm here. I'm already here. It's done. All right. Hey guys, yeah, you're doing it. Okay, snorkel, fine, getting comfortable with the snorkel. It's gross, kind of gross. Really hard to handle the fact that like about 1,000 million people have had their mouths all over the snorkel, spitting in it. gumming it. Whatever's in their gums, whatever's in their teeth, it's all over there now. It's all in my mouth. But still, just breathe through it. Don't hold your breath. Don't suffocate. Don't die of that. That's an even stupider way to die in a shark tank. How did he die? He just stopped breathing. Nope, didn't clog. He just stopped breathing. What do you mean? Well, there were sharks there, so he stopped breathing. That's what he does. But you don't know that because he's dead, and he can't tell you that because he died of not breathing in the shark tank. So, in the terror, just like, all right, cool, okay. Oh yeah, like just being in the water just terrifies me anyway. It's like something's gonna come from the darkness, purposely knowing that like, yep, there's a bunch of harmless sharks. Terrifying. But not even terrible, but it's like, okay, adrenaline. At a certain point, I'm just like, okay, I am so full of fear and rage and sadness and confusion and just affection. Just like, oh, these poor animals, like I should let them out of the cage, if anything. These poor animals. Oh, this whole British family is just feeling up these sharks. This isn't cool. So, once you get to the height of that, that's what it is. Like, all right, I'm going to do it. Fine, I'll do it. All right? Fine, I'll do it. Okay? I'll do it. Nobody's around me. Nobody's talking to me. Nobody's looking at me. I'm just floating in the water. But in my head, I'm screaming at myself. Do it. Do something. What are you doing? You're wasting your whole vacation right now. So like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to touch a shark. I'm going to touch a shark. I'm going to touch it. So I kept like diving down. But when you're underwater, there's some pressure for one. So there's already water pressure, like gravitational, just thousands of pounds of water, just kind of pressing down upon you. 1. 2, you're like, oh hey. Normally in a pool or at the beach where I'm not afraid that there's an animal around, I can hold my breath pretty good. But fun fact, if you're having like a mild panic attack while you're trying to hold your breath, it makes it real hard to hold your breath. So I just couldn't quite get myself down the few feet to touch the shark. I'd get really close and be like I have to go back up because like I am just like, blah! Like that's it. Like I've just anxietied all my oxygen away, just burned it all up. What? No, all my fingernails are fine. That was a chunk of my finger that I lost. And see, it's all back now. Can't even notice. Fingerprints are still there, I think. Yeah, fingerprints are still there. It's all good. So eventually, after a few tries, I like managed to touch a shark. And I was like, all right, shark didn't flinch, shark didn't care. Then neither do I. Neither do I. If you don't care if I'm here, shark, then what do I care? What do I care? I already got my money's worth. I touched a shark. I just can't breast without having a panic attack. But then, in the aftermath, okay, I touched a shark. I'm still in here with the sharks. I don't want to turn my back on the sharks. I don't want to swim anymore. I don't want this baby making me feel bad anymore. Like, hey baby, stop it. Like, excuse me, sharks, do me a favor and at least just hit this baby so I can just prove to everyone that I'm not the monster, that they're monsters, and now me and my enemy's enemy is my friend. Oh, there's a lag. Oh, that sucks. Oh, yeah. Clyde is in the woods, and his internet is the worst. Steve Irwin would not be proud. He would have shut that place down in a minute. Dear Steven, come save me from this terrible thing. So anyway, in my just post panic attack, just like, okay, now I'm basically just sitting here breathing. That's all I'm doing is breathing and trying not to touch things. And then I realized, like, hey, there's a turtle in here, man. There's a sea turtle in here. I've never seen a sea turtle. Why would I ever see a sea turtle? Hey, sea turtle, nobody else here cares about you except me. You're the only thing I care about. You're the only thing I've been looking for kind of my whole life, sea turtle. But that's still Twitch. It's still a bit of a lag between message receiving and sending. Let's go orange towel. So I swim on over to this turtle, and he's in the shallower area where the sharks are kind of not really coming up anyway. So I'm just like, I don't even know if I told this to anybody before. Oh my god. Turn on a camera, and you just go, I guess. I went over to that turtle, and I just stared at him. And I think I even might have said some things out loud, but mostly in my own head. I'm just like, hey, turtle. Like, I know you can understand me, you can hear me, because you're a turtle. And that's just what turtles can do, and that's what I need right now. Like, that's what I need right now. Like, hey, turtle, I'm terrified. I'm so terrified right now, and nobody cares. And I mean, why would they? It's not really a dangerous situation. There's a baby. But I'm just like, I don't care. Like, I don't care. And just in my own head, just like basically saying, hey, turtle, you're the only thing here that I trust right now, even though you're probably the only thing here that will actually bite me. I like turtles. You don't know that I like turtles, but I need this turtle. Just don't be mean to me. Stay with me. Keep me safe until this is over. And I'm not gonna lie as well. You know, I've heard some stories of people that I do know that were like, hey, you know the story of I have my little dog and I'm out in the park or out in my woodsy living situation, and an eagle or a hawk would just picked up my little dog and flew off with it, and then I assume dropped it on a rock and ate it. So that's a thing. So of course in the back of my head where I'm just like, just stay with me, turtle, just stay with me. Like, nobody can see my tears, turtle. Nobody can see my tears because my mask is still also kind of filled with water because that's what they do, because this whole situation's awful, but amazing. Still to this day, just like wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. But I don't want to do it again. But yeah, just sitting there, just literally just like staring into this turtle's eyes, and he's just like chilling, like, yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to go anywhere. Like, really? Thanks. And for enough time, I genuinely forgot there was a bunch of rays and sharks around, and it was just like, look at this turtle. Like, look at the shapes, look at the designs. He's got some scars and stuff. Like, he's been rescued from a place, where he's been batted around by boats and whatnot. And now he's, for all intents and purposes, safe in here. I don't know, I guess they're fed. Fish still swim through here, and I don't know. They told me that the turtle was happy. He was the luckiest turtle in the world. And I wanted to believe them, but they're also the same people that were like, get in there with the baby and the sharks. Okay, you guys know what you're doing, I'm sure. People who know what they're doing don't throw babies in with sharks. Tech 66. He's here with the fix. If it's broke, if it's a bad joke, he's got a punchline that really kicks. So yeah, I don't know. It's like both the greatest moment in my life and the worst moment in my life, which is that's what life I think really is. When you look at any and all of the inspirational quotes that actually mean anything, or the inspirational people that are like, hey, real life starts at the bottom. When you gotta climb out of that, I don't know, cement pit, that quicksand. course a baby is one of a shark's favorite foods. Of course, now that I think of it, I feel like they said, hey, these are nurse sharks. Like, they're basically harmless. They don't eat, they're not like big meat eaters. And then he fed it a fish. And like, that's still meat to me. I still consider that thing had eyes and a face. I've got eyes and a face. And if it's like, hey, sometimes I look things in the eye and the face and then I eat them. I don't know. I don't make the rules. I just try to survive. So I'm a survivor. I'll keep on surviving. Keep on surviving. I'm a survivor. And a little bit of blue nonsense. Blue nonsense. Blue nonsense. Do, do, do. When you don't feel like background, but you've got water and some markers by the pound, then you just go sploosh it round. Now it's a watercolor thing. And those are my secrets. Of how it's done. Add some blue here for fun. Squeeze, squeeze. And that's the prestige. The prestige. Cause we got Tech 66 Space Goons and a Pat Prue, Super Killers and a oh damn it, and a Michael 2, Michael 2. Anyway, it's 5 after 10 in this part of the world. If you're watching this on YouTube later, doesn't matter to you. But this has been enough time for me. Like I said, it's about 6,000 degrees in here. And then yeah, I could set my gear up in another room, I guess, where it's cooler. Or we could listen to the fan. But the fan makes some nice little hum. It's relaxing. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Tune in next Tuesday. But keep an eye on the channel. I'm trying my best to do some extra streams. I have a lot of plans, but you end up doing other things and you just don't get to them. But at least always on Tuesday at 8:30, except for last week when I came to you guys instead. Oh, well then perfect. You can't hear the fan at all. That means every week is going to be Fan Tuesday, where I have this fan, these fans, and comfort and joy. Comfort and joy, as if the mighty sea turtle was staring me right in the eyes. But this is stream. Yeah, next week we'll play some games again or something. And get back into having some fun. More plans than time to do them. But yeah, ideally everyone's got a fan running now anyway, so as long as you're not listening in headphones, everything is fine. I guess that's the same. Meanwhile, something else fun in here. Yeah, everything else is on the Instagram. Go to the Instagrams. No such thing as grown-ups. Most things are no such thing as grown-ups. YouTube / no such thing as grown-ups. Twitter. Actually, I can't be bothered with Twitter. If you want to follow on Twitter, it's at handsomest Milo. I just use Milo's Twitter. But everything from the Instagram goes to the Twitter or to the No Such Thing as Grown-Ups Facebook, but all the links should be at nosuchthingasgrownups.com. And yes, I realize I need to redo the website. How do I know? Because I got an email from some company that was like, hey, we've noticed some errors in your website and we'd like to fix them for you. Like, would you like to pay us? And I'm like, no, I do things myself. Yeah, I know it's kind of crazy, but I did it myself. And no, there isn't any errors because it's through like a website thing. I didn't code this myself. But that's how you get work sometimes. You got to say, hey, I noticed you did this thing. I could do it better. You want to pay me to do it better? I think I've done that to people, and then I've just ended up doing it for free. But it was something I really wanted to do. But anyway, this is some British stuff I was doing. I don't know if I showed you guys this last time I was drawing, but all kinds of fun stuff like this. The Instagram's the best place to be, the best place to go. If you want information, that's where you go. And oh, there's Sherlock. Yeah, we went through all this stuff before. Just can't find my last page anymore. Turtle. Anyway, there you go. You got anything? Whoa. RoboGamer26. RoboGamer26. That was the same rhyme as somebody else from before. RoboGamer, there's no disclaimer. He's the guy who has got a big hammer. It's like Mario going up the ladders, killing a monkey because of princess matters. It still rhymed. It just wasn't good. Okay, I'm sorry. It's hot. It's so hot. All the DJs said, damn. Oh, if heat was a drug, I could sell it by the pound, honestly. Sorry, buddy. Anyway, everybody, keep your composures well, it's time to get... No, keep my composure while it's time to get... shook? No, anyway. Magnetized by the mic when I kick my juice. If there was a problem, y'all solve it. See you guys next week at 8:30 Atlantic time. Meow. These buttons aren't working, Ripley. Ripley? Hey, sweet angel. Do you play the credits now? Please? Yeah, you're the sweetest angel. That's not the right button. Should be the right button. Ripples? It's not working. There you go. Good night, everybody. Thanks for the new follows and the bits and subs. Any extra grub or your okayness with word flubs. See you next Tuesday. Oh, hey, also there is books available at the DinosaurDrops.com, Sexy Dinosaur books, and Sexy Dinosaur t-shirts at Society6.com/No Such Thing as Grown-Ups. Jeff Goldblum with a dinosaur head. You can wear it on your chest while he has his shirt open, exposing his chest as well. Jurassic Park dreams while you're in hell. Boom, boom, boom.